Greetings, everyone. Welcome to THL's Hearthcenter, bringing you the final week of THL, the final week of the season. I'm one of your hosts for tonight, Lotus Knight, and your stream operator, and I am joined by, well, Super Chicken is to be joining us soon, but in the meanwhile, we have Geranium Battle to my right. Geranium, how are you?
I'm doing great. It was a fantastic series of finals. Some very dominant performances were put out, including one we're going to cover in just a little bit. Let's hear from them.
For sure. And Azalea, how are you?
I am doing well. I am very excited to talk about Pro and Hero finals. I'm excited to hear from the winners.
For sure. I'm excited as well. We have quite the show planned for everyone tonight. So we're going to hop right in. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to hop right into Pro, where we had a quick finals win with Brushy Tuna winning Aussie Pro Mafia 12-3 in only 3 matches. So I want to welcome the team, myself, Based Inc., Mac Banterface, Pocket Train, and Captain Ron Mexico. Our captain unfortunately couldn't make it, but we have all the other players for a special interview tonight. And I'll send it to Geranium and Azalea to take over the interview. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't have the questions, but
I think Geranium has some.
He does, yeah.
To start, I mean, obviously, winning 2 seasons in a row. I think last season we asked sort of how you felt when you sort of knew that you had a winning season on your hands and you didn't really have that feeling. Now, coming into it a second time with just one player change, did you now feel like you had more of a grip on it?
I guess I'll take this one. Yeah, it felt a little bit like it was ours to lose in a way, because I don't know. It's one of those things you get used to winning each week, and then you just start a new season and you just carry it on. So once we got into the playoffs, it felt very much like been there, done that. So just normal service, and it was a lot more comfortable this time, which was nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the week before the finals to me was the scariest because that week was such a tight match, but it felt interesting. I think the team, we struggled the first 2 weeks, but once we got a stride, the team got back into full motion and it felt more natural. I don't know if it felt like this to the others as well.
I definitely had a little bit of a couple of wobbly weeks, and then I think I went on a bit of a streak towards the later stages myself. So I think I can relate with that.
Base, banter, anything you want to share about the double championship?
I only know about one championship. I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
true.
2? I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, Base was not on.
I mean, Baze hopped back into Brushy Tuna now after quite a break.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this season, kind of what Pocket said, like I think more or less expected us to win. We have a really strong team, so if I had to bet on anyone, I would have bet on us in any week.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it did seem like it was a good idea to bet on your team, considering that it was a 3-match shutout in the final week. Now, I know that you guys, Ron isn't here, but the 2 of you that played and are here played to avoid the MT, so played a bit early. Was there also any consideration of what meta you were playing in?
Banter, go first. Go for it.
I mean, for me, no. I just wanted to get it out of the way before the weekend. Basically, just time-wise, it was just easier. I didn't really mind which meta.
This was before the patch, right?
This was pre-patch, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm all flustered. I was happy it was pre-patch because I didn't know what I was going to do post-patch, especially because like I was
Yeah.
kind of didn't know what I was going to bring to the Masters Tour or anything like that. Didn't want to like leak any ideas or anything like that, and I still wanted to win this, so it was quite handy getting a safe old lineup to do it with, I think.
Okay, well, it seems like a perfect transition if you guys want to talk about what actually happened in your matches.
So we can go chronological order. I think Banter was first.
I think so. To be completely honest, I don't really remember what happened in my match. I don't remember anything about it. It's been a long week, so yeah, I don't have much to say about it, to be honest.
That's fair. I can recap if you want from our channel. It was a very quick match. You posted lineup, and then an hour later you just said got him, posted the results, and seemed to be very fast. A few rogue wins.
Yeah, no, that I think it was a quick one. I just drew good hands and played cards. I think we both played like really fast, so yeah, I think it was over in probably like 30 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm. Now we had Bucket's match the next day in the morning, which was a lot tighter.
You've given me a little bit of time to read over because I was in the same spot as Banter. I couldn't really remember what happened, but I've read my chats and I've given myself a little refresher. Yeah, I started with Warrior against, I think Odin Warrior against Secret Rogue. It was a bit of it was like there was an anomaly situation that came up where like he potion belts on one and then goes like concoct a double 3-drop on 2 and then just murders me, and then I proceed to like lose to both his decks that aren't Hunter instantly. Both times I face them, but I sweep his Hunter because I'm of the opinion that Hunter kind of sucks right now. Or at least it did and probably still does. So yeah, it got to game 5, Secret Rogue against Hunter, which I thought was a bit of a bad matchup, but you can't lose to a deck you don't respect. So I swept the Hunter in the end, which was quite nice. Yeah, 1-3-2.
Nice.
Well done.
And it went straight into Ron's match, which Ron isn't here to talk about, but Baze was chatting to him during the match. So, Baze, do you want to talk about that one?
Sure. I said fuck Priest because Ron beat Priest.
Yeah, that's true.
Natural. And then Ron beat Priest again.
Yeah.
And then Theodore decided not to hit Odin. And so Ron won in 3 games.
Nice.
Does sound like very fast. I'll be honest, I was sleeping during Ron's game because it was sleep time here. And I woke up in the morning and I just had a bunch of messages and I thought, wait, it's Thursday still. So just, yeah, no need to play.
Yep.
And I was very afraid, as Pocket said, I was afraid of having to figure out, Pocket and Benter both said, figuring out the meta in a short amount of time. It's always scary because you don't have enough time to figure everything. There may be a deck you don't know because you have 2 days to submit. And it was scary.
Definitely.
I mean, I was happy to get carried. Not have
Yeah.
to play.
I mean,
Not to
same.
figure out the meta at all.
Yeah.
Same.
I didn't have a huge tournament to play that weekend. It was nice.
Does THL qualify for points for Worlds and MT?
If only.
Then we would have one of our people here make it. But
Would have been a much less stressful year if so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Well, we did just talk about how everyone prepared and played before the patch. I guess I'll just ask quickly, how do you guys feel about the patch? Would you have been okay, happy to play on it?
For tournament meta?
I think this question is, I guess, more for Lotus and Base. Now that we're on
Oh,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
side of it, they
Yeah,
didn't
my
have
bad.
to play.
Go for it.
Yeah, you guys have to play a lot on past
Yeah.
the past patch.
I would have been okay playing on it because the two probably best people who understand it are on our team. But I haven't played standard since the patch because I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I'll
So
be
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The last few days, I've actually been enjoying Hearthstone. So I've just been playing for fun, which has been a while. A lot of the times, it's more of, I have to play, I go and play
Yeah.
a bit, but I enjoy some of the decks that you can play at Top Legend right now. And I've been climbing, which hasn't been a thing in a while. I've used to tank my rank a lot. But no, I've climbed over the last few days, so it's felt different. I don't know. I don't know if Pocket and Banter had good opinions. They had more practice in this meta than I did, but how did you two feel?
It was a lot more. I mean, it went from very easy, bring Druid, ban Druid, and then 3 decent decks,
Yeah.
to Druid's gone. So suddenly you've got 3 decent decks, and then the 4th one sucks. It's just which 4th do you want to bring, and then we settled on something that worked with the Nature Shaman, which was decent. But yeah, I would have preferred to play the Master Store itself in the old meta, because it was just I favor myself playing mirrors and stuff, because lineup building was easy. So it's just let the playing do the talking. But I do think the patch was very, very good for the ladder meta, at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more diversity. Nothing completely overbearing. Some things stronger than others, but that's going to happen. But yeah, patch was good overall for sure. I thought the Master Store meta was definitely more interesting, at least, than in the Druid meta. But yeah,
Sure.
I just didn't like having to work that hard to prepare for it.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the current meta, Banter? Anything you want to add?
Not much. I mean, I enjoy some of the decks. I didn't really love the Druid meta, so I'm definitely happier with the stuff that we can play now overall.
Actually, I'll be a little bit selfish and ask a question that's more to my interests. TITANS-FoU brought a very weird inclusion, a new deck that sort of hadn't been seen, the Spell DH. How do you guys feel about
I played against
DH?
it. That was my round 1 opponent.
Yeah.
So I did some testing against it the day before, and it couldn't be anything apart from Nature Shaman, which it felt favored against, but we went 50-50 in testing, but it felt like that was DH favored. In the Masters Tour, I won that matchup, which was, I mean, it surprised me, because I thought, okay, that's the only matchup his DH can win. But like that was game 3 of a 3-0 sweep. But yeah, that deck was terrible. It was really bad. I don't know why he brought it. He didn't win a game with it. Wait, no, he must have. No, yeah, he did win a game with it. It was just off stream, but it didn't look good any time it was seen, at least in practice or in the on stream, at least.
The numbers for it are not good. Really
It's an
not.
interesting build, because the Sigil is a really good card, but unless you specifically combo that with momentum, you end up with a very clunky hand, and sometimes it can be difficult to draw cards with that deck. So yeah, I think it's a risk that didn't really pay off for him, and I wouldn't recommend trying it yourself. At least that exact build.
Mm-hmm. So I'll ask a question to the team since we're all here. And I think it's something that I always try to ask teams when I'm doing the interview. So I think I'll take the liberty to ask us, which is, what would you say is the biggest lesson you learned in the last 2 championships? Or 1 championship in base case? Anything the team evolved, anything the team has learned from being just a team that has always been a contender to winning? Did anything change?
I mean, I don't think this team has changed much ever. It's always just good vibes in the team chat, and then getting good lists from really good players all the time.
It's true.
That's Bridgerton's bread and butter, and what we did. I don't know. This team always just feels insane behind the scenes.
I do think it's a bit underrated, like confidence going into stuff as well. So like, especially with the second one, knowing you've done it before and like expecting that of yourself, it seems like a little thing, but it just means play with a little bit more comfort and that little bit less stress of, oh, I can actually win now. It's like I've been there, done that, and I expect this of myself, and I'm not like gonna mess up.
Yeah.
Fair.
Very fair, yeah.
I think as well, knowing, to me, something important is knowing you can steal your teammates' lists is always good. And it's how I win a lot of weeks, so I mean, I always thank Pocket and Banter for their lists, and Baze. I've stolen for Baze plenty, so yeah.
Don't worry, the rest of Pro steals from you too.
Yeah. And I also get some access to the decks having Ron on one of my teams.
Fair.
Yeah.
That was really funny when I went to when I went to other teams. It was also, what did McBanter and Pocket Train submit this week? That was really funny to see when I played on other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe one more final question. I don't know if Geranium and Azalea have any, and then we'll move to the other interview.
I guess I can ask. Even though I know Lotus and Base did not get to play in the final week, it's kind of all encompassing. Any of you all have, like, I guess, standout highlight moments, whether it's just like a funny thing that happened during a match or something that you won a very unfavored match, like a very unfavored spread match, something like that.
So I'll just give us an order. Baze, do you want to go first?
No, because I have to look through my matches and see if there's one that stands out real.
Okay.
Gotcha. It could even just be like a Discord moment. Yeah.
I mean.
Okay, I actually have it.
Okay.
I rolled the shit out of Chewy because Hidden Meeting made a Speno, and I had bananas in the coin, and I killed him on turn 4, and it was that was game 5. So it was a great way to end that series. That was the highlight.
Nice.
For me, I think a highlight, honestly, the last match I played, which was the one against Owl, was a great match. I was so nervous the whole time, and I had to get Mage through, and I had 3 unfavorables. So the question was, could I get it or not? And it was just a great series, really fun. Yeah, just a great time. I'll move to Banter. Banter, any highlights of the season? Anything you think of when you think of the season?
I mean, the one match I can specifically remember that I thought was kind of funny was I played like a rogue mirror. I think this was like the week that anomalies came out, or maybe a little bit after, where I got like the minion anomaly that makes the first minion cheaper every turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a rogue mirror, like Miracle Rogue, and on turn 2, I was at 18 HP, and they had like 3 minions on board.
Oh, I
that had,
remember
like,
that.
Yeah, they had an active prison breaker on turn 2 and like 3 or 4 minions, and I ended up winning that game, which I thought was kind of funny because I felt like the most dead I've ever been in a game.
What were you playing?
Also Miracle Rogue. It was just the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Pocket, any highlight moments?
I can't remember that well earlier on in the season, but I think in the first round of the playoffs, I had a pretty satisfying game against Control Priest. Any win against Control Priest, you feel a little bit good.
Yeah.
I was mage, and there was no combo with Sif remotely involved. I played one elemental inspiration. They couldn't clear it. They just exploded as a control deck, and it feels glorious when it's just a priest sitting there with like 10 cards in hand, and you just got a board of 4/5s, and they just concede to it. So yeah, that felt nice because it's always nice to see a priest explode, especially when it's that easy.
Nice. I'll open to if anyone has any final words. My final words as a player being interviewed are just I want to thank Ron. Ron couldn't make it tonight, but I want to thank Ron for captaining us. And yeah.
I appreciate Ron telling me when deck submission is every week.
It's
So
true.
you have to ask. I always forget.
Yeah, I feel like it was a fun season. We all work well together, just share deck lists around and play games, and we usually win, so it works out nicely.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta thank Brushy Tuna for being the only reason Ron's good at anything, I assume.
It's true.
Just to spite Tuna. That's why he does it.
Nice. Well, if that's all, I think that is it for our pro interview. I'll thank the pro team and congratulate one more time Brushy Tuna for their win in pro.
Yeah,
Thank
congratulations.
you very much.
Back-to-back champs. Let's go.
As we transition into Hero series, we'll take a moment to do our commercial. And because we have her here tonight, I want to ask Baze if Baze wants to read our commercial tonight.
Where's the link?
Oh, I'll send you. Don't worry.
Oh no.
It's great. It's great. It's totally fine.
I have to admit, I haven't seen the commercial this season, so I don't know what it looks like at all.
That's why I asked. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Yo, 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 yo. 6. Hey there, Twitch spewers. Have you made Scribe to Scream Hearth League yet? Then make Wednesday, Tuesday a thing and cubscribe yourself to our channel. This cubscription enables our stream cleaners to be Jover. The costs of operating our website, as well as improve the qualities of our streams and content to our spewers. If you have Amazon Prime/Yogg Prime, you can subscribe to the channel by playing 15 spells to rake Yogg, cost 0. Cub Scribble Dribblers will get a THL emoticon as well as the schemazing THL chat badge. So commit that thumbs up, 7-up button, and dim the lights down to make sure you save on your electric bill. We summon each and every one of you. Spectral Tome to our viewers. Check out THL's other spectral media points of interest. the website, teamhearthleague.com. Rate us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord, Team Hearth League. Face us on Hearthstone. Neji, and this is his actual battle tag, Neji Copestone Dawn, pound 1331. Please add him now. The true Hearth legend, Rankus Chad, continues to post all our videos on our YouTube channel. Please besmirch for Team Hearth League to see everything previously recorded. You are of course watching us on our Twitch channel or possibly Ron, our YouTube channel in the days of future past, or if you're a jailer on turn 10. And for all you THL fans out there, there are THL crows every single fourth days of the week. You can't go blue crooning in at any time for many Hearthstone reverberated content. Now back to the Yager's part. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow indeed.
Fantastic read.
Ka-chow.
Thank you so much, babe. That was a great read. I know you were not expecting it, and I just threw you last minute.
Didn't know how long it was going to go. It's really great to see that the first time. Besmirch. That's the one I think I like the most, actually.
Yeah, whoever put that in was really on point.
Can someone? Why is it Cubscribe?
I have no clue.
I have no clue.
I changed it from subscribe to Cubscribe.
I wasn't sure if I missed something. It was like a Fat Bear Week thing. I don't,
Some of them have a reason. Some of them, someone just changes the word for absolutely no reason.
Yeah,
It sounded nice.
This was the most legible one I've ever read. I will say, I've had some issues.
There's less Neji this season.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Probably, honestly.
There was a lot of bing bongs in the one I read that I.
Yeah, that's a lot of Neji.
Okay.
Yeah. Neji is
Long-term
usually the
spells.
one that makes them unreadable.
Yeah.
But with that, I think it's a good time for us to move on to Hero Series. So
For sure.
we'll move to the other channel here in the Discord where we're now going to feature a special interview with our hero winners. So I want to welcome to the show the team that won Hero Series. We have Molstar, Geranium Battle. 1 second, I cannot read this. It's all showing blurry in my computer, but I will read the names correctly. Geranium Battle, Pace, Gimme Lamp, and Canoe. I assume everyone is here?
Yeah, everyone's here, and we've been joined by Chicken.
Nice. So Chicken is going to join me and Azalea in taking this interview.
Awesome.
So,
First off, congrats. Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead. Sorry.
oh, go ahead, Chicken. Or sorry, not Chicken, Azalea.
No, I was gonna say congratulations to Always Playoff Mode, taking it down. Yeah, I guess we can kind of get this. We can kind of get started, and I guess with Geranium here as the captain, why don't we start with the matches? Your team won 12-8, but I would like to hear, either from the individual players, kind of how their matches went.
Yeah. I mean, it started with Gimme Lamp, so yeah.
My matches were all pretty close, especially the last one. I think I was like a turn or two away from dead. And also the first game when Warrior lost, I was really scared because I was kind of betting on it sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
But I managed to pull through with Mech Rogue and Spell DH.
Yeah, I may have asked about Spell DH in the previous interview because I knew that Spell DH was such a focal point of other series.
Yeah, it was the focal point in probably every other series. I think there's a lot of DH brought.
But something that she didn't mention just now is that they played like right after the patch. How how was the prep there?
You know, I kind of had my decks figured out right like when I knew what was getting nerfed. So at least there was that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then on Saturday, pretty early Saturday, Pace was up next.
Yeah, so I actually played my game in a coffee shop, so I was a bit out of my element there, but I ended up sweeping with Nature Shaman, which is a deck that I made like the night before. And I told Uranium I was thinking about bringing it, and he wasn't too excited about that, it seemed. But I ended up bringing it, and it worked out pretty well. I had like 3 really close games with Diamond, but I was able to win all of them and get through.
Yeah, I thought that the thing that ended up happening to Canoe in Legacy, which we'll probably cover that later, would happen versus us of just like a lot of spell hate, and maybe like Vipers and stuff against the Shaman, but we snuck it through. And then I played next, so we were already up at that point 8-2. I played against Neji. I teched really hard against Neji's Spell DH and Mech Rogue, which I was fairly sure he was going to bring. And then he texted me Vibe Check and queued Mage and swept me. So yeah, I just I don't know. I didn't respect Mage enough, and then in addition to that, he drew very well, and he generated like the perfect stuff. Like I was fairly confident that the spell DH that we had made would be enough to beat Mage, and then he ended up getting a bunch of ice barriers, and it was just like, okay, well, I'm facing a Mage that has 50 plus health. The turn before he's going to sift me.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's how Mage is nowadays.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, that one weren't able to take down, and then because I ended up losing, that meant that Canoe had to play.
Yeah. I had a pretty close match against Jim Flos. Ended up winning games 2, 4, and 5. Hero staple. Yeah. Game 1 got Helveria. Didn't feel that great. Game 2, I brought the Spell DH. Just had infinite board clears. Not a single one stuck from their Outcast DH. Game 3, I got Warlocked with a board full of Thaddeus's on turn.
Oh no.
On turn 7, they had 3 11-11s, no 4-8.
Wow.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
And then Mech Rogue ended up winning it. I just stuck huge Mimorons and kept going face. So
Nice. Well done to your team to get the win. And Molsar didn't even have to play, which probably had to feel good on his end.
Yeah, this might have been my first time in a losing record in playoffs.
Oh man.
I went 0-1, but I still won anyway.
Yeah, win is a win.
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's okay. We needed Dranium to go 0-3 in order to win. If he won a match, we wouldn't have been able to win finals. So
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
I have never
curse.
ever won finals while winning my match. So
The Ron special.
well, no, Ron won this season, and I think he won last season. Same thing.
Oh yeah, it's usually for a while it was the team when Ron won he needed to lose. Maybe that's just the one time with your team, but anyways, Let's see what else. I think something that's is very important to any winning team is team dynamics and kind of like how the team gels. I guess if anyone would like to kind of talk to the team dynamics, the prep, just the general communication between the team.
I mean, I'd like to give big ups to Pace for for putting in a lot of man hours and discovering a lot of cracked decks that won us a lot of weeks where our opponents didn't like it, just weren't a part of the same meta as us. He brought a maybe better version of Ramp Druid the week before anyone knew what Ramp Druid was. He brought us the spell DH that got us a lot of points the previous week. And then yeah, just refining it along the way. I tried to help people with prep, but I think that like that was so valuable for a lot of the players on this team in a lot of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off of that, I'm always like playing Hearthstone a lot, so I always try to like discover new decks. And I kind of started playing Spell DH in the beginning of the season, and I noticed it kind of beat everything except for Warrior. And then my mentality was if I just ban Warrior every week, the Spell DH should just like get wins, and that's kind of what ended up happening. So just like a lot of experimentation. I was like posting my deck lists in my channel, and it really helped me out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and actually Molstar was a big help at the beginning of the season as well. With innovations to control Warlock and I think a mole version of Control Warrior as well that both helped me at least.
The rats.
Yes, I think this is the most like hands off I've ever been because like obviously my play style is like usually very different from the team, so I kind of have to like do my own stuff. But I guess early on it kind of helped to like build some decks at the beginning, but like after that, like pretty much everybody else ran the team themselves. So like I kind of just like did my own thing, played the decks I'm good at, and then it worked out. Like I had a pretty good record, so so like it just works out that way where like I can just like do my own stuff, and then everybody else on the team can like work together and find like the best things to do like as a whole.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I did a few training montages to try to prep for my matches, and there's always at least one team member in a call with me, just running through scrims or watching me play ladder and just talking about the plays. And without them, it wouldn't have been a montage. It just would have been, me playing Hearthstone alone and not learning anything. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also not here with us are the 5 different subs.
Oh yeah, my weeks 3 through 7 subs.
So yeah, basically just like I don't know. I tried to be hands-on with them and like figure out what they wanted to bring and then try and tweak that. So yeah, I think just like individually working with people one-on-one and like silently stealing stuff from each other. We cobbled it together.
And I just want to add one more thing. Like Geranium has been by far like the most hands-on captain I've ever had, and I felt like he really like pushed all of us to put effort into our decks and was always like telling us about our opponents, about their deck tendencies. So like I think without a captain like him, we definitely like would not have won it all.
Yeah, that's our
Thank you.
captain.
Nice. I'll move it to Chicken for some questions. I know Chicken has some since he just joined.
Yeah, so kind of touching on your team's, I guess, level of preparation, would you say that that was your biggest strength as a team? And do you think that the nerfs leading into the final week of the season played to your team's benefit?
Well, yes, obviously because we won.
I mean,
Maybe it would have been a 12-0 without the nerfs, though.
yeah, if I didn't have to play, it would have been even stronger looking as well. I mean, prep can only give you so much. I think that, like I said before, we sort of got a leg up on everyone else sort of a week before things became the meta. So that, in that way, the prep was really, really good. And then, yeah, I think like when it came to understanding opponents, you know, sometimes there were surprises, but yeah, just sort of being in the league for a long time, I don't know, it just worked out.
Mm-hmm. So, one quick question I want to ask the team here. What is the best APM acronym ever?
Ooh, that's hard.
Oh,
That's an easy answer for me. A Blasted Monkey, my team for this season.
Yeah, you're yeah, your wild team, yeah. Let's see. I have to go back in the
I
vault.
think abusing PR management.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because we that was like our aura of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think like a lot of them really captured our team. Like, I think always playoff mode was pretty fitting too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, usually that means like they kind of like were slow in the regular season and then like just popped off in the playoffs, which I feel like we were just strong in general. So like it
Yeah,
kind
we
of
popped up the whole time.
yeah, but like it would be cooler if we only popped off in the playoffs, you know?
Okay,
yeah, if you pulled the 9 skirt team, the 9 CMAC teams,
Yeah.
kind of rope-a-doped in the playoffs and then kicked everyone's butt. Yeah. I think
Doesn't always work.
Mine is Arthas Pochita Manethol or whatever that the Pochita team was.
Oh, Pochita
Massacre?
Massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
On theme too.
Do not bring up Arthas Peter Menethil.
Arthas Peter Manethol is the team.
That was not good.
I tried
points
to get
matter?
another pro team to name themselves. What is it? Alexandros Peter Morgraine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Peter Manethil. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting acronyms.
I am going to, for my answer, give love back to the first APM hero team I was a part of, which is Awake Past Midnight.
Past midnight.
Because that describes me.
And me. It wasn't on the team though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only been a player on one APM team, which was Arcanist Perform Miracles.
And we almost did.
And we almost did. Yeah.
So was that last season?
That was last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken, any more questions you want to ask?
I did have another one. I guess this one is more for Max, but it's more just that you have been captain of teams for quite a few seasons now, and now you have a few championships under your belt. And especially after this season, you've seen a lot more success. So, what would you say is the most important aspect to building a successful or building and maintaining a successful THL team?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's two parts to, like, if you really are looking for success in THL. One of those is finding players who would probably succeed whether you helped them or not. And I have an entire full roster of them right here. But the other half of that is putting in effort. So unfortunately, like, you do have to put in quite a lot of man hours to work with people and make sure that everyone's like on the same page. And like that really goes hand in hand with when subs come into the picture. Is you like the subs have to be brought into something that they like, maybe they haven't even played the metas before. But yeah, I think like I've been doing super well in the PR formats. I think just because I have sort of an eye and have been keeping an eye on like what players win against what people, and who will be most likely to have a strong enough season. Because you don't have to have a dominant season. You sort of have to have a season that's even. And then if everyone has an even season, that's generally enough for something like Legacy and for something like Hero. Well, if everyone else on my team has an even season and then I have a dominant season, we get to playoffs. So in that sort of way, like, as long as I can get someone who's safe in the main season and then will win against those people in playoffs, then that'll get a championship.
Nice. We have time for one final question, if anyone has any. So if not, I'll repeat the question I asked before, which is, what was each of your favorite moments this season?
I will, I think my favorite moment, just to start us off, I'll be very braggadocious, I guess, and say that I immediately after putting this team together, pinged everyone and said, if you just got pinged, you will win next season. And then we did. Oh.
I'll go next, I guess. My favorite moment was, well, for some backstory, in the middle of the season, I took about a 2-week break from THL, and I really was not doing too good, like, before the break. And then my first week of Hero after the break, I won. I think it was 3-1, maybe. And just, like, after that win, I kind of, like, got the confidence I needed to know that I was going to start winning games from that point on. And that's kind of what happened. So kind of, like, the switch flipped in my brain.
Yeah, after the break, you didn't lose a single match. You went 4-0.
Yeah, I think finals definitely. There's always that like tension that builds up going into playoffs, and like finally seeing the all of your effort and the training that you put in, like seeing people win matches just feels incredible. And the rest of the season is we get hype about wins. Don't get me wrong, but last 2 weeks are definitely the most intense.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else wants to add any answers of best moment of the season?
I guess like it felt like a pretty long season, but like because of like how Druid was this whole season, I wasn't like as active as I usually am. So like I guess when Druid got nerfed, I actually could start playing again.
Mm-hmm.
Lamp, do you have a favorite moment or?
Thinking. Maybe the time I brought Ragnar Shaman and sweat with it. Geranium showed me like the general list. I cooked it up overnight and it just won me the game.
Yeah, it was a Jombre Shaman from, I think like right after the patch that eventually became the Druid patch.
Ooh. Okay. So with that, we conclude our interview. Unless anyone has anything else they want to say interview-wise?
I will say something that isn't, I guess, part of the interview, but is part of THL content, which is that the hero banner is live and has been live for the past hour.
Nice. So I'll move us to the main screen for one final question. And my final question is to everyone here, and I'll call the hero team as well as our hosts. Thank you all for being here tonight. And to our hosts, I'll also take this moment to thank you for another amazing season of Hearthcenter. Looking forward to joining with you all again for a fun season next season. So, my question for everyone is tell me a card from the new expansion, Showdown in the Badlands, that you're excited to play. You don't need to explain why, just say something you find fun. And I'm going to start by asking Geranium Battle.
Ooh, okay. Something that I'm excited to play with. I think there was the new Druid Legendary Phi, the Setting Sun. I've always been I've always been sort of a student of Dankus Dad, and Dankus usually likes building Topior Druid, and Topior summons dragons as the tokens. So Phi, the Setting Sun, decreases in cost and becomes 0 pretty quickly. And then I'm thinking maybe you just sort of copy it with Celestial, the 2-mana 3/2 that makes a copy, Zola, other things like that. And maybe just make an entire board of Rush, Lifesteal, Taunt 4/12s. Might be fun.
For sure.
Wow. How original, picking a 0 mana druid card.
Shut up.
Chicken, what excites you? Tell me a card you like from the new expansion.
I actually really like. Honestly, this expansion has me very excited. A lot of the cards seem very exciting, and I think thematically, this is one of the coolest expansions we've gotten in a long time. So I'm gonna pick one of the cards that I saw today, which is triple sevens. Yeah, I think we're gonna play Swift Scale Trickster again because we can draw 7 cards now, and then also like kill a big minion at the same time. Luckily, this will only be a combo for 1 expansion. But yeah, I think like the the flavor of triple sevens is super cool. Like all the saloon gambling stuff is pretty funny. But yeah, I could pick like so many cards that are getting me really excited for the expansion. But yeah, I'll just pick the one that I saw today and enjoyed.
Let me ask Molstar next. What is a card from the new expansion you're excited to play, Molstar?
I guess like the only thing that comes up to mind was like Bunny Stomper because it has a mole in it, even though the mole is getting stomped. Like the mole is getting stomped, but the card is called Bunny Stomper. I don't know why. It should be the other way around.
Yes. That card is very weird.
Or call it Mole Stomper or something.
Pace. Any card that you're looking forward to for the new expansion?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of, I think it's called Blind Eye Sharpshooter. It's the new Naga DH card that draws spells and draws Nagas and does damage. Kind of does everything that I like in a card, so I'm excited to play that.
And Lamp, any cards you're looking forward to?
I hate that base one before me because I was also thinking Dynamic Sharpshooter. I like Naga Mage, I'm gonna like Naga DH. I guess it's just a wall player thing.
And Canoe, any card you have in mind?
I got 2. I think Azurite Snake is going to be hilarious. I just want to take all of the life that Blood Decay gains and then steal it. That feels very fun to me. And then just flavor-wise, I feel like Giant Tumbleweed. Any of the expensive Shaman board clears always have like great animations and just great flavor.
Yeah, that card looks really fun. Finally, Azalea, anything you're looking forward to?
Man, there's been a lot of cool cards. One of my favorite lines of text is back. If your deck has no duplicates, this happens. I think I am very interested by Gunslinger Kurtrus. The idea that you're firing damage shots at minions in the enemy's hand is very interesting. I think it's the first time that that Hearthstone is having opponents able to interact with your hand in that regard. I think that's pretty cool.
Fair. All right. So I think I didn't miss anyone. So that is it for our show tonight and the season. I want to give a super special thank you to our hero and pro teams. Thank you all for showing up tonight. Congratulations. We'll try to schedule with the legacy team some other night because 3 interviews in the night is way too much. But I want to give a special thank you to everyone who's here. I want to give a super, super special thank you to our crew this season. We had such an awesome crew, still do, so I want to thank Super Chicken, Geranium Battle, and Azalea Akari for being here with me night after night. It's always great being here, knowing you're here to help me, and that we're going to have fun talking about Hearthstone, talking about THL every night, or every Tuesday night. So, thank you all so much. With that, I do want to say this is it for our show. We will try to organize some other show for Legacy. And I mean, yeah, that is it. Keep an eye out for off season. We always have our off season special stuff. So keep your eyes out for that. Make sure you're ready because the new season is coming soon. Showdown in the Badlands arrives in 2 weeks. So I hope you're all looking forward to another fun season of THL. With that in mind, we'll see you all later, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.